Hi, welcome back to my channel, all bare face and all. I am getting ready to do a get ready with me, and I want to use some of my, I'm not calling it weekly, what am I calling it? I'm not sure. I think I mentioned that I might do a bi-weekly, which every 2 weeks, or monthly makeup basket. I just felt like every week I was having a hard time staying up on products. Plus, I don't really get a good sense of a product only using it 1 week, and I was switching stuff out so fast, and I was getting stuff in, wanting to try that. So I feel like if I grab 2 weeks or a month maybe of things that I want to concentrate on, it'll also make it easier to notice, like especially in my videos, oh, I really like that lipstick color on me, because I know where it's coming from. Where half the time I do my makeup, I decide to film, and then I look at it a few days later and I cannot remember anything that I had on my face. So this way I feel like it'd be easier for me to remember, oh, that highlight looks good, and I know what it is. You know, I don't know. I hope that makes sense. But I figured let's just get started with doing a get ready with me using these products. If you haven't watched that, I will link it below. That'll let you know kind of what I've included, because obviously I can't wear everything. But I got a few things I'm gonna try for the first time. So let's get started. I've already done my skincare, and now I am going to be doing my primer. And the primer I'm going to use is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face, what does it say? Face Base. Oh, it has like writing over it. Anyways, I like using this as a primer. It's very hydrating. It just works so nice. So I usually just rub it in kind of like a lotion, but I know I have a few dry spots on my face. Sometimes here, definitely around my mouth gets pretty dry. I don't know, does anyone else have that? I hate it. And then my forehead can sometimes look dry, but my peely areas are generally, I feel like I need a little bit more. I feel like I peel or I look dry around the outside of my eye and around my mouth. I don't know. All right, let's let that sink in. And while that sinks in, where are all my products? I will do my eyeshadow primer, which is the Shadow Sense in Candlelight. So let's see, what did I want to talk about? My kids finally went back to school, which is so nice. They needed some structure. They weren't getting much at home. After 2 weeks, that's a long time to have not much to do. I mean, my older ones work. Well, my oldest works. My second child has a job, but she does gymnastics. She's a gymnastics coach, and they don't have gymnastics over winter break, so she doesn't work. And I think if she had worked, that would have made it a lot better for her. We did go to Glenwood Springs in Colorado. It is a hot springs. It is so fun. We were there for a few days. It's actually kind of funny. We were supposed to go to California, which we started as a tradition last Christmas, or we wanted to start as a tradition of going there for Christmas instead of doing presents. You just go have a family vacation. And the reason we chose California is because it's easy to get there and it's hotter than it is here. And it ended up getting canceled by my husband's work schedule, and so we quickly just planned to go to Glenwood Springs, which is cold. And my kids still packed like they were going to California. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. I'll just leave it at that. It was embarrassing. So I think I'm gonna try this sample. I threw this sample in to try just because I've had it for so long and I kind of want to try it. So this is the Vanish Hourglass, wait, what is it called? Hourglass Vanish Foundation? I don't know. So let's get this out. I think I'm gonna try this shell color. Okay, it kind of threw me off. What was I doing? foundation. So I'm gonna use the shell color. I mean, I probably could use 3 of these and make it work, but I think I'm just gonna try for this middle one. And if I love it, then I will try maybe the really light one. And if I hate it, I will throw it away. So let's go there, because the only other 2 foundations that I have in here right now are the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Foundation Stick, and then I have my Hourglass Immaculate Liquid Powder Foundation. This is fairly old, so I want to see if it's still good, because I feel like it smelled fine and the consistency was fine, but I want to see if I want to keep it. And I wanted to have a liquid and a stick or whatever. I probably should stick to picking one that I know I love just in case, but I'm learning. So let's just try this one. All right, so let's open this up. When I do foundation, I just plop it all over my face. I'm just use my beauty blender to blend it in. All right, where was I? So we went to Glenwood Springs. It was so fun. If you have a chance to ever go there, they have a really big hot springs pool. I will say we've been there a few times when my kids were littler, and it was a lot better. Now that they're older, I wouldn't really take little kids. It's boring. They did have a diving board, but it was like 14 degrees. So to get out of the hot springs to go on the diving board, my kids still did it. I would never. My husband even did it. But yeah, it was cold. But the hot springs is like 104 degrees or something. So it was so nice. I think one of them's 104 and the other one's a little bit cooler, like in the 90s or something. Anyways, so that was our Christmas break. All right, let's see how this is looking. I look kind of white, pale. I don't like it. It kind of has fallen into, I don't have acne, but I have acne scars down around my chin, and it's kind of settled into those. I look like I have makeup on, and I like my skin especially to look more like I don't have foundation on. I mean, if I'm wearing a full coverage, obviously you're gonna be able to see it, I think, but I don't know. There was this, okay, doesn't everybody know a person, and maybe I've already talked about this, that you know that you can see makeup on them, and I always get freaked out that I don't want to be that person for anyone else. I don't want people to be like, oh, that girl that wears a lot of makeup. I'd rather be known as, I don't know, the crazy mom. I don't know. The loud girl, I don't know. Okay. I mean, I definitely do not like it around my mouth. I hope you guys can kind of see. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab some wipes, because I'm wondering if I wipe the foundation off of my lips, I can maybe see a little bit better how it looks. Okay, I look really white. How funny. I look just really dry. And I do have fairly dry skin. I mean, it kind of looks horrible. I'm wondering if I should go wipe it off. Is it for dry skin? Then I feel like if I try these other products that I haven't tried before, it doesn't have a very good base. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this off. It looks horrible. Dang it, I was hoping that would be good. Let's start again. I probably just wiped off my sunscreen as well, although I did wait for it to sink in, so let's hope. That was a fail. Okay, what do you guys do when something like that happens? Do you wash it off and start over? And I probably should have washed my face, but I don't really have time. Let's see, what shows am I watching right now? I'm watching Outlander. I decided to start it again. I tried watching it maybe a year ago, and I got like through 20 minutes of the first episode. I was so bored that I was like, I don't know how anyone is watching this. But I don't know, I thought I'd give it another try and actually watch it. I've gotten till halfway through season 2. Well, I hope I'm almost done with season 2. I'm so tired of the show. I don't like it. I'm so bored. But I feel like I want to truck through and watch it. I also watched The Circle on Netflix. If you like reality TV, especially if you like Big Brother, or what else is it like? It's the only one I can think of. You might like it. It's an interesting take on a reality show. These people are put in rooms and they can't see or hear each other, but they can just talk through social media. And it's all about, you can be you or you can be someone else. It's really interesting. It's kind of an interesting social experiment, but it's a Netflix TV show or whatever. And they only have like 4 episodes right now. Oh, but I think today a few more get released. I don't know how many they're gonna release at a time. I cannot wait to see what happened because it left off interesting. And if you like reality stuff, try that. Okay, this feels kind of dry. I'm scared to use anything else. Maybe I'll do this Hydro Boost stick because I know this works fairly well for me, and I know that the Hourglass I'm not sure will. The only thing about this is I have to use a brush, and I had my wet beauty blender for the purpose of using that. So I'm just gonna use this little itty bitty It Cosmetics foundation brush. But yeah, so if you like that type of stuff, go watch that, because that is fun. What else am I watching? I'm still almost done with Game of Thrones. I think we're on the last episode of the series. We've been on the last episode for about a week, and we just haven't finished it because I don't know how long it is for sure, but the last few episodes have been like 2 hours, and I think we just don't have 2 hours in the evening. I mean, if I was watching it myself, I would have already watched it by now, but because I have to wait for my husband because he wants to see the end. But I have to admit, I'm not going to ruin it for anyone in case you want to watch it, because I do think it's a kind of a fun show if you like shows like that. Okay, this looks so much better. Oh, that Hourglass one is horrible. I mean, unless you're used, maybe I'm not used to having full coverage, and maybe that's why, but I feel like this is definitely, you can still see imperfections, you know, and you can still see a little bit of redness, but I look even out, you know, like evened out, but not, I mean, I'm sure people would know I have makeup on, but not really. Like if I were to stop here, I don't think people would think I have foundation on. I don't know, maybe they would. We'll see, or not we'll see, because I'm not gonna try it. But anyways, so Game of Thrones we're in the middle of. What else am I in the middle of? I don't know. I'm gonna use the Cat Beauty Stay Assurance Concealer. I talk about this in my 2019 favorites video. It is very, very good. I just put a little, or whatever, I think that's a little. I just think, because I've seen some people do tons, so to me that's little, but I know some people do like a dot. I'm gonna use my beauty blender. I just think if I had gotten a darker color, this would have been even better, but I still do like this. See, it's too light for me. I needed the one shade darker. Okay, I think I did way too much. I've had to bring that way far down. But this just, it looks nice. It blends in really easy. I mean, again, I don't feel like it hides everything, but I want to look somewhat natural. I don't know if that's what happens as you get older. You don't feel the need to go so full coverage. I don't know, or maybe it's just preference of everyone, but I want to still look like again, I think I'm so afraid that I'm gonna go out of the house and people are gonna think the girl who wears a lot of makeup, and I don't want to be known as that. Even though I probably already am. Most people around here don't wear makeup at all. I live near Boulder, Colorado, and if you know Boulder, it is a granola area and are tree huggers, so they're all natural. I am probably the only one that wears like makeup. I'm sure some wear mascara and maybe lip gloss, but the only one that I know that wears like makeup, especially at my kids' elementary school. Okay, so I still look like white as a ghost, but let's go ahead and set that. I'm gonna set that using my Laura Mercier Secret Under Eye Brightening Powder. This is the pressed version. I actually don't like this one as much as the loose powder one, but it's okay. I'll use it up, but I think I'm just gonna stick with the loose powder from now on. This one just, if you can see, okay, maybe you can't. There, do you see all the texture on it? Like, I don't know why it's doing that, but it's been doing that since I've owned it, so. I just kind of, if I can speak, I just kind of want to use it up because it's ugly. And it looks like something's wrong with it. Okay, so we got that going. I don't like the way I look that way. Okay, so there we go with that. A really good friend sent me this sample, although I feel like it's more than a sample because this will last me forever, of the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. I have the milk chocolate, not milk chocolate, I have the chocolate Soleil. So it's meant for, I think, more medium skin tones. So she sent me this because she didn't like it or something. I, so far, love it. I think when all my bronzers run out, I would probably go pick it up. I think it's really good. I think it's very hard to overdo, and the theme of my videos is I like to overdo everything, so I like it. I think that this bronzer is really good. So, okay. I feel like I have stuff in my face. Okay, so I'm going to use a powder. Since I used a powder bronzer, I'm going to use a powder blush, and I'm going to use this. Was also my favorites, and I just felt like I wanted to use it. I think I'm going to use this darker color today. So let's go ahead. This is the Farrah brush that we got a few months ago in Ipsy, I believe, that people did not like getting, but I don't know, they're okay. I'm not too picky about brushes. The only thing that I think I get picky about is foundation brushes, and everything else I don't need to spend a lot of money on. But even those I don't. I just in particular, like I like the Real Techniques foundation brush. See, it gives a nice good wash of color. I don't look as, I look a little sunburnt. Okay, and I usually just go over the rest of my face with a little bit of it, like the center of my face. Love this. I hope you guys can still get it. I just don't know. I haven't looked. All right, for a highlight, I want to use this palette. I got this in the, was it a BoxyCharm? I think it's a BoxyCharm. And I think it's supposed to be a blush. Yeah, blush. I'm gonna put a little on my cheek with this blush. I mean, these feel so cool. I think I'm gonna use this Fiji. This is Barbie Dream House. I just put a little bit on my cheeks. I don't know if that made it even a difference. Maybe a little bit redder. But I think I'm gonna use this as a highlight. So, I got this new Real Techniques liquid brush. It's for liquid highlight. And I think these are supposed to be like cream to powder. They do feel like creamy. And I want to try this. I got this for like $1 at TJ Maxx. I don't feel like it's doing anything. Let me look. Oh, it is. Oh, that's almost too dark for my skin. Well, that's good to know. I know this probably has a little bit of that foundation on it, but that color's too dark for my skin. I really do like the blush. The blush gave a nice glow, but this color, let me swatch these for you. That color just seemed too dark for my skin, so. I mean, they're beautiful colors. But yeah, I used this one on my skin and you could see it, so that's a bummer. So now I'm going to do my eyebrows, so I'm going to pause the video because it's hard to do sitting here. I'm gonna go do them in my bathroom and I'll be right back. All right, I have my brows on, not the best, but it's hard, it's hard. It's a struggle. Okay, so I think I'm gonna set my face. I'm gonna set it with this Smooth Criminal Powder from Be a Bombshell. I've had this forever and I finally started using it and I actually really like it. I don't know if it's my favorite, so I would go out and purchase it, but I'm definitely not okay to use it, you know? So I do really like the glow on my cheeks. It's definitely from that. Who was that even by? Basie Beauty? I don't know. So there we go. Just kind of let that sit for a bit. Okay. Now I'm gonna do my eyes. I decided I pulled a few palettes, but the one that I'm gonna use in this video is my ColourPop Fame palette. I don't know how long I've had this. I mean, I've had it a while, but I probably have used it 2 or 3 times and that's it. So I love cool tone shadows. This is basically a cool tone palette. No mirror, but I don't think ColourPop generally has mirrors. That's not an issue to me. Let's see. Get my brushes. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, what should I do? I think I'm going to start with this Clubhouse. It's kind of a cool tone medium brown. So I'm just going to put this in my crease very lightly. I like ColourPop shadows. They're probably some of my favorites. One, they're easy to use, but the price alone makes it worth it, you know? So let's just get this in my crease. I hope this look turns out. I'm kind of not really hopeful. Okay, then I'm going to take, I think this Center Stage color, which is just a cream, I keep saying and it's driving me nuts. Just a cream shadow to kind of go up by my eyebrows, but also to rub out whatever I got too high. Maybe I'll deepen up my outer V with Lifestyle, kind of the darkest color. Between this one looks more black, this one looks more purple plum. So I think I'm just gonna do just a little bit in my outer corner. And I might put a little bit on my lower lash line. We'll see how it looks. But I don't want anything too dramatic today. Okay, I think I am going to line my bottom lid with that Lifestyle color. Then for the lid, I'm going to do, I think, this beautiful Showboat, which I don't think I've ever used. Oh yeah, I really like that color. That is beautiful. So I got that on. Today I'm going to use the Kat Von D liner that we got in BoxyCharm, I believe. So let's try it. I'm just gonna line, I believe, my top third slanted, and it's, I don't know, it's different than the tattoo liner that I like. This is called Dagger Tattoo Liner. Waterproof liquid liner. Using a liquid liner with such a floppy end, I think that's what was hard, is the end moves. I have the Almay one, the Tarte one, and even if I remember right, the other tattoo liner isn't as floppy. This tip moved really easily, so it was kind of hard to keep a straight line, but it is black and it says it's waterproof, so I just need a little practice, I think. Okay, have that. Let's do mascara, lips, and then we're almost done. So mascara, I'm using just the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect. This is my new one that my mom got me. So I always do mascara obviously on the top. I sometimes do it on the bottom. It really just depends. Someone told me that you look older with it on the bottom. I'm going to do a Lip Sense combo. Oop, just the normal glossy on top. This is the gingerbread color. I haven't tried this yet, but my eyes are pretty neutral and simple. I mean, I know they're cool tones. This is probably more warm. I don't know, I'll try it anyways. I want to see if I like it. I've never worn it, so. Not my favorite color. I did want to try topping it with this pink color because I wasn't sure I was going to like it. This is the Control Freak from Jeffree Star. So there is my Get Ready With Me look. It was kind of a rough start. Don't know about even the finished product is probably rough too, but that is my look for the day. Let me know what you do when your foundation doesn't work. Do you just wipe off and go, or do you just keep going and just have a bad face day? I don't know what to do. I feel like it definitely messed up my skin, so that this foundation I don't think looks like it normally could look. It dried my skin out and made it kind of dry looking. I don't know. I don't know what to do with when you have one of those days where you try something new and it doesn't go well. As always, please comment below. I love talking to you guys down below, and let me know if you've used any of these products or what you think. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.